Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is going to be a thank you to my students, a little PowerPoint about my time in China. Enjoy. So that's me. My name is Sarah Silva, and I'm a graduate student at California University of Pennsylvania. I first started at CalU back in fall 2015. I entered the MAT program assuming it was on campus because back at that time the website actually said it was. When I scheduled for classes, I realized it wasn't, and I was a little taken aback. I started anyway, but after a whole semester of online, I wasn't sure I was in love with the whole teacher education program. I wasn't sure I could be a teacher, so I decided to move out with my mother to Ohio. I had planned on furthering my education out there in hopes of finding something that suited me better. So my mom and I went to a graduate school visitation day. So I found out about this opportunity to go to China from going to a graduate school visitation day at the University of Akron, or U of A. They had a similar teacher education program, but it would be all on campus instead of online. But that day turned out to be a flop because they didn't have anyone there to talk about graduate programs. It was just undergraduate. I had misread the flyer I saw online. So with much disgust, we headed for the door, but my mom saw a teach abroad table on our way past. We stopped, and I found out about the opportunity to travel to China to teach for a university, and I wouldn't need a teaching degree. At this point, I lose people because who would want to teach without being properly trained? Mostly no one, but I wasn't sure I was cut out to be a teacher. But I still had something inside of me that wanted to try. So I took this shot as a chance to see if I could be a teacher and if I would actually like it. So I was excited again. I had something to really look forward to. It was an insane idea, but I didn't care. I was going to do it, and if I got accepted once I was there, I had my eyes on one goal, and that was to travel to China to teach. If I swam, I would go back to CalU to finish my degree I started, but if I sank, then I'd change my major altogether. But once I arrived, I got a little nervous. Um, Shanghai is where I started to really freak out because I was the minority for the first time in my life, and it felt so weird. I knew no Chinese, and I was alone. It was the hardest day, to be honest. I arrived at my tiny apartment the second day of being in China, and from there I knew this would take a lot of growth. I needed to be strong and stick it out, so I told myself I had to try for at least a month. That month stretched me so much. I starved a little. I had 5 bananas, a cup of yogurt, rice, and a loaf of bread to eat for 2 weeks. I hadn't met anyone else other than my mentor teacher and my students, and I also had no knowledge of the language. I woke up with headaches, I went to class hungry, and I came home and cried most nights. I wanted to go home. This wasn't what I thought it would be, and I wanted to be comfortable again. But then, before the month was over, I met the other foreign teachers and was able to connect with them. We ate together, shopped together, hung out at night, which made me relax a lot. But as time went on, I started to become more comfortable as things started to settle. But how? Why? Well, once I started to figure out my class life, then my started to figure out my out of class life, then my in class life started to work itself out too. At first, I was too uncomfortable to notice certain things like talking too fast or not smiling enough, being approachable. But as time went on, I realized I was most comfortable in the classroom with you, my students. I started to use all the experience I acquired over the years to help guide my decision making, and I started paying attention to the little cues. and the subtle hints as how to fix my instruction. So really, it's because of you that I had a good time teaching, traveling to China with you. I had become comfortable and confident. But was that because I was finally settled in my new space, or was it something else? Honestly, because you all were who helped me navigate certain situations, taught me Chinese, took me to the store before I made friends, and in general helped look after me. It was you who I had become most comfortable around. Once everything started falling into place, I started to notice the beauty of China, the beauty of teaching, exploring, and learning with you. Your influence made my journey here remarkable and memorable. And for that, I have to tell you, thank you. 谢谢。